Hello students, today I am going to discuss the unit matrices. In this unit, I will cover the topics matrix, types of matrices, operations on matrices, transpose of a matrix, symmetric and skew-symmetric matrices, elementary operation of a matrix and invertible matrices. Before I start this unit, I would like to tell you that the evolution of concept of matrices is the result of an attempt to obtain a simple method of solving system of linear equation. For example, 2x plus 3y is equal to 5, x plus 4y is equal to 6. We can solve such system of equation using matrices. Note that solving this equation is nothing but finding the value of unknown variables x and y. And also note that matrices can also be used to solve the system having more than two variables with a more number of equations. Further, the application of this matrices has been extended, and matrices are also used in electronic spreadsheets. Matrices are used in different areas of business and science. Matrices are also used in cryptography, genetics, economics, sociology, modern psychology, and industrial management. Hence, matrices are one of the most powerful tool in the mathematics. Now let us start the unit. Matrices are plural form of a matrix. Then what is the meaning of matrix? A matrix is an ordered rectangular array of numbers or function. A matrix is also defined as a rectangular arrangement of numbers or functions in the form of rows and columns. For example, consider the number 3, 4, 0, minus 1. We can consider the arrangement of these numbers with 2 rows and 2 columns, where the number 3 and 4 are written in first row, number 0 and minus 1 are written in second row. Or we can consider the arrangement of these numbers with 1 row and 4 column, or 4 rows and 1 column. Observe this example. The numbers are arranged in the form of rows and columns. So this arrangement is in the form of a rectangle. So we call it as a rectangular arrangement, and such arrangement is called a matrix. And also note that the numbers of the matrix are written inside the pair of braces. We can use square braces or we can use common brace to represent the matrix. Now the question arises that what is the use of such arrangement? Or does a matrix can be arranged in any form with any number of rows or columns? To answer this question, I will consider an example. Observe this example. Suppose if we have the information that a student A purchased 3 notebooks and 2 pens, and the student B purchased 5 notebooks and 3 pens. This information can be written in the form of a table with 2 rows and 2 columns, where the first column indicates the number of notebooks a student purchased, and the second column indicates the number of pens a student purchased. And here first row represent student A and second row represent the information of student B. Now observe here, the first number in this table 3 gives the information that a student A purchased 3 notebooks, and the second number 2 in this table gives the information that student A purchased 2 pens. So instead of reading the information in the form of a paragraph, this will be easy to read and understand in the form of table. The same representation can be written as 3, 2, 5, 3 inside the braces. So this representation is called a matrix. Now this clears that we cannot change the position of the numbers of the matrix. What happens if the position of the numbers are changed? Suppose if I replace the position of the 2 to the position of 5, then what happens? The information itself will be changed. Here this gives the information that a student B purchased 2 notebooks. Therefore we cannot change the position of the numbers of a matrix. Now again one more question arises, that does the matrix contain only numbers? The answer is no. The matrix can contain numbers, alphabets, symbols or functions, and these are called elements or entries of a matrix. Matrices are denoted by capital letter. As we denote the sets by capital letters, similarly we denote matrices by capital letters. Observe the following example. Here the first example represent matrix A with 3 rows and 2 columns. And in the second example, you can observe a matrix B with 3 rows and 3 columns. Matrix B contains the first element 2 plus I. Note that a matrix can contain any number. It may be either real or complex. And observe the third example. A matrix C have polynomial and also function. Therefore a matrix can have function or numbers or symbols or alphabets as its element. Here the horizontal lines constitute rows of a matrix, vertical lines constitute columns of a matrix. Next, order of a matrix. A matrix having m number of rows and n number of columns is called a matrix of order m cross n and is read as m by n matrix. Consider the example. Here the matrix A has 3 rows and 2 columns. So the order of this matrix is 3 into 2 and we read it as 3 by 2 matrix. Note that always the first number represents number of rows and the second number represents number of columns. We cannot interchange the number of the order. We cannot interchange this order as 2 by 3 instead of 3 by 2. Here 2 by 3 gives a different meaning. It says that a matrix has only 2 rows and 3 columns, but this is not the case in the given example. So the order m cross n of a matrix represents that matrix has m number of rows and n number of columns. We cannot interchange these m and n in the order. And also one more thing, always the order of a matrix can be written at the bottom right corner of a matrix. Here the matrix A has 3 rows and 2 columns, so we can write its order at the bottom of this matrix as 3 by 2. Now the question arises that how can we represent a matrix in general? Suppose if I have to represent a matrix of order 3 cross 2 in general, then what we do? We consider a square braces with 3 rows and 2 columns. Now we have to fill the elements to represent the matrix. As we are to represent this in general, we do not know what are the elements of the matrix. In general, we write the elements as A11. Here A11 represent, it is an element of a matrix, and the suffix of this represents the position of a matrix. Here 11 represent that this element lie in first row and first column. Then A11 represent the element of a matrix lying in first row and first column. Similarly, the next element can be written as A12. Here this says that it is an element of a matrix lying in first row, second column. Always the first number in the suffix represent the row and the second number in the suffix represent the column. For the next element, what suffix we can write here? Observe here, next element lies in second row and first column. So always the first number represent the row and second column represent the column. The next number can be written as A22, A31, A32. Here A31 represent the element lying in third row first column, A32 represent the element lying in third row and second column. In this way we can write the elements of the matrix in general. So observe that, suppose a matrix is having m rows and n columns, then in general we can write the elements of this m by n matrix as A11, A12. The last element of this row will be A1n because there are n number of columns. Similarly, the next element is A21, which lies in second row first column, A22 second row second column, and the last element of this row is A2n. There are only m rows, so we write the last element of this column as AM1, which represent it lying in mth row and first column, and the last element of this row is AMN. This represent this element lies in mth row and nth column. And also observe that at the bottom right corner of this matrix, the order of a matrix is written. The same representation can also be written as a matrix A is equal to element containing of the form Aij. Here Ij represent the position of an element. I always represent the row where the element lies, and j represent the column of an element. As there are m rows in the given matrix, I can take the value from 1 to m. Observe here, I is taking the value 1 in the first row, 2 in the second row, and so on, m in the third row. J can take the value up to n from 1. Observe here, there are n columns, so j can take the value 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n. So this is the general representation of a matrix. Note that the number of elements in the m cross n matrix will be equal to mn. That is, the number of elements in the matrix will be equal to the product of number of rows and number of columns. For example, consider a matrix A with 3 rows and 2 columns. The order of this matrix is 3 by 2. Then the number of elements in this matrix will be product of number of rows and number of columns, that is product of 3 and 2, which is equal to 6. The matrix has 6 number of elements. Now let us solve some examples on this. First one. In the matrix A, they have given the matrix A, and the question is to write the order of the matrix, number of elements, and also we have to write the elements A13, A21, A33, A24, A23. How can you find the order of matrix? Observe the order. A matrix has 3 rows and 4 columns. Then you can say that the order of the matrix is 3 by 4. You can easily write the order of a matrix just by observing the given matrix. The order of the matrix is 3 by 4. Next question. What are the number of elements? We know that number of element is equal to the product of number of rows and number of columns of a matrix, which is equal to 3 into 4, which is equal to 12. There are 12 elements in the matrix. You can even count the number of element here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 elements in the matrix. Next question. Write the elements A13. We already know that A13 represent an element of a matrix which lies in first row and third column. So look at the matrix and observe the position. First row, third column, the number which is intersecting the first row and third column is 19. So we say that A13 is 19. Similarly, the next number A21. A21 is an element lying in second row, first column. Then the value of A21 is 35. Now A33, the element lying in third row, third column is minus 5. A33 is minus 5. Next A24 is 12. A23 is the number lying in second row, third column, that is 5 by 2. Next question. If a matrix has 24 elements, what are the possible orders it can have? We already know that a matrix of order m by n will have mn number of elements. Now they have given that there are 24 elements in the matrix and we have to find the order of a matrix. That is, we have to find the value of m and n for which the product is 24. How can we find this? We have to write all possible pair of numbers whose product is 24. Let us write the possible pair of numbers whose product is 24. First one, 1 into 24 is 24. So we say that we can consider a matrix of order 1 by 24, that is 1 row 24 columns. So this is one possible order of a matrix. Similarly, we can write 2 into 12. This also form a order of a matrix with 2 rows and 12 columns. Next, 3 into 8 results with 24. That is a matrix containing 3 rows and 8 columns. 4 into 6. And we know that we cannot interchange the numbers in the order. So if I interchange the numbers, it gives a different meaning and different order. So if I consider the product 6 and 4, it gives us a different meaning, that it is a matrix with 6 rows and 4 columns, which is different than 4 by 6. So this is also another possible order of a matrix. Similarly, we can write 8 by 3. It is a matrix containing 8 rows and 3 columns. Next, we can write 12 into 2. Then next, last 24 into 1. So how many possible orders we can write? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can write 8 possible orders of a matrix containing 24 elements, and these are the possible orders of a matrix. Next question. Construct a 3 by 2 matrix whose elements are given by Aij is equal to 1 by 2 modulus of I minus 3j. We already know that the elements of the matrix in general is written as Aij. Here the suffix I represent the row in which the element lies and j represent the column in which the element lies. We already know that the order of the matrix is 3 by 2. Then what are the values that I can take here? I can take the value 1, 2 up to 3. And as j represent the column, j can take the value 1 and 2. So what are the elements does this matrix have? A matrix will have the elements of the form A11, A12, A21, A22, A31 and A32. So this is the general representation of a 3 by 2 matrix. Now we have to find the elements of this matrix. That is the value of A11, A12, A21, A22, A33 and A32. How can we find this value? Just by substituting the value of Ij in this given formula, we can easily find the value of the elements. Let us find the value of elements. So we have this formula and we know that I can take the value 1 to 3, j can take the value 1 to, substitute the values one by one. A11, to find the value of A11, put I as 1 and j as 1 in this formula. This formula will become 1 by 2 modulus of 1 minus 3 into 1, which is equal to 1. To find next element, that is A21, substitute I as 2 and J as 1 in this formula. Then it will be 1 by 2 modulus of 2 minus 3 into 1, which results with 1 by 2. Remember that modulus gives us a positive value, so 2 minus 3, even though it is minus 1, mod of minus 1 is plus 1, plus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. A31, substitute I as 3 and J as 1 in this formula. To find A12, put I as 1 and J as 2. In this formula, we get 1 by 2 modulus of 1 minus 3 into 2. 1 minus 3 into 2 is 1 minus 6, which is minus 5. Modulus of minus 5 is plus 5 into 1 by 2 is 5 by 2. Similarly, we find the value of A22 and A32. And after finding all these values, we have to substitute these values in this matrix. Then the resultant matrix will be A is equal to 1, 5 by 2, 1 by 2, 2, 0, 3 by 2. This is the required 3 by 2 matrix. In this way, we can construct a matrix of a given order with a given formula of an element. These are the basic concepts of matrix, and I'll upload the remaining concepts of this unit in my next video. Thank you for watching.